Ayun, okay. Okay na po. So ayun po, nakikita na po ang screen natin, no? So before we go sa pag-record po natin ng sales invoices sa mga bago po, let's have a quick rundown po sa sa interface and basic features po ng ating Automate software. So makikita niyo po dito on the first ano po, merong meron po tayong graphical representation ng mga items such as sales and purchases. So, this is very compatible po no sa more keen sa mga visual representations po. So, as we go on, malalagyan po natin ng output po itong mga graphs na ito and yung ating graphics. So also, we have this various dashboard po and features which can be located po sa left corner. So kung makikita niyo sa dashboard, meron po tayong various modules such as business, banking, reports, management. So they all serve different functions with different purposes po. So, for now, ang pag-uusapan po natin, kung nakikita nyo sa ating business module, we'll tackle about sales and purchases po and how integrated po sila sa ating tax system. So sa mga naka-attend ng first meeting and familiar na sa flow, then this is just a quick refresher po. So as we can see here sa ating business section, we have contacts, items, and other um, various subsections. So um, among these, ang work in progress po natin is as POS. So, the rest are already working po. So, also we have banking, which is more on the bank-related transactions such as yung bank reconciliation, bank withdrawals, and yung payment integration as well as dito rin magfo-fall yung mga credit card payments, basta anything within cash. So third, reports. So sa reports, it contains many types of reports, no? So it is subdivided into
Wow, iyan close to block.
many sections po. So dito sa FS, we have the four basic financial statements and the annual report. So after the conclusion of uh the year end or the financial period, meron rin po tayong feature for the annual report. So, we also have the treasury. So, more on the handling of the finances as well as the aging. So, pagka-create natin ng sales invoice and purchase bill, pwede na rin po nating ma-access yung various reports such as yung aging as well as the other reports. So sa transaction, this is basically the itemization of the items that we've created. So for ito, kung kailangan po natin na talagang sales lang ang gusto nating makita, then we have the sales report, kung purchases, purchase report. We also have the accounting portion where meron po tayong trial balance. So, as we all know po, no, sa preparation po ng ating financial statements, very critical po ang trial balance. We have the general ledger which contains all the transactions that have transpired ever since po na create natin yung company and or na onboard po natin yung company. We also have the asset and depreciation schedule for fixed assets. We have the accrual and deferment report for prepayments, accruals, yun po. And journal entries. By the way po, sa mga bago po pala, no, this journal entry portion is a residual feature po. So, the journal entry portion of the reports under the reports major section is created in case hindi po na-cater ng automate yung yung mga transactions po natin kasi dito po sa automate we already have the automated computation of depreciation. We have the automated computation of the accruals and the prepayments as as by using the accrual calendar. So yun po. And sa part naman ng PPE, we actually set the merong preset useful life. So dito pakita ko lang po. So under sa business profile, meron na po tayong preset na useful life for each category of the PPE. So we can actually edit this and um, include residual value if appropriate po. Then if we made the change, then it will apply to all items of the similar class. So yun po yung sa ano po PPE. Then we have the management. So most of us may be using financial statement on the point of view ng management, and we also do have that. So we have the comparative statements for the SOFP and the balance sheet na it can be up to 12 months po na January to December po. So we also do have yung analytics. So dito po sa analytics, andito po yung mga financial ratios. Kung sakaling meron po tayong na-create na na transactions, for example, trade payables and trade receivables. So magpapakita po yung current ratio, quick assets ratio, and other financial ratios po na applicable sa ating create na transaction. Then we have the budget report. So as we sometimes encounter po the management some businesses are settling budgets or assigning budgets for each type of either sales or expenses po, and it's very important po na may compare natin yung actual versus the budgeted so that we can make informed decisions on the part sa management. So yun po, we also have the management where we handle various accounts such as the fixed assets. So dito po sa management module, andito po yung PPE and intangible assets. So dito po makikita po natin yung movement ng accounts and how depreciation is computed per period. So dito po investments. So andito po yung mga investments through profit or loss, through OCI, yun po, and other investments. Then we have the funding. So dito po, yung loans po, no? So mostly, nandito po yung mga interest bearing na loans po, as well as finance lease, loans payable, or any other means on how ina-acquire ng company yung kanyang resources through liability. Then we have fund, the equity, another type of funding by means of the share capital po or other shares. Yan po, nandito po yung sections. Then we have the report to make for annual report po. So dito po at the conclusion of the year end, we can generate the annual report. Preset na po yung mga notes, mga pangalan ng directors, yung kanyang sample na para siyang SMR po, SMR on the part ng Philippines po. So yun po. And then the disaggregation of the items as well as yung basic financial statements including the cash flow. So we also have the taxumate. So dito sa section na ito, we play around with the taxes, anything related sa taxes such as yung withholding tax, yung VAT, yung income tax. And how do we establish po yung mga balances, for example, VAT payable and income tax payable. Then we have the operate, which contains yung recurring transaction. So this may apply sa mga transactions na fix ang amount, and we expect them to be incurred on a fixed basis in the near future. Sometimes with fixed ano pa yan, fixed date. So dito po. We have the purchase and sales management where ito pwede natin pag-usapan in the future where nandito po yung mga purchase order po, no, sa mga big companies po na very ano po adherent po sa sales cycle, purchasing cycle po na where everything starts on a sales order po. So or sa purchase order. So dito po andito po 'yan. We also have the corporate. So this is a work in progress. And we have the document. So the document, as mentioned po sa mga nag-attend na po, this is a feature where kapag nag-upload ka ng isang document, then then the system has an AI extractor. So it will be able to extract certain details such as yung supplier name, yung dates, and other pertinent. So aside from that, uh, let's just run this through down briefly. We have these various modules na pwedeng i-upload po and mababasa po ng system. And once we have already validated po yung details na na-extract ng system, we can synchronize this to the automate. And magpapakita na po siya sa various modules. So for example, pag purchase bill, pagka na-validate na po natin, sinik natin sa automate, magpapakita po siya dito sa purchase bill. And then lastly, we have this help desk kasi minsan we may not be able to learn it quickly the first time. Then the help will be, the help will come in handy po whenever we have inquiries na need po nating ma-solve quickly. So we have, for example, how to record sales. So yan po, magpapakita na po yung mga videos as well as ano po, instructions po on how to perform those transactions. So yun po yung overall features po ng Automate. So punta na po tayo sa ating sales and purchases creation. So any questions so far po, sir? Meaning nabawasan po yung end of period and closing activities. Sige po, i-address po natin yan later. So, now we proceed po sa creation ng sales invoice. So, for every businesses, sales and purchases will actually trigger every transaction po, no? So, especially po sa sales. So, we all know na this is the lifeblood po talaga ng every business. No sales may result to fewer transactions. So let's create sales. So, sa sales, we can have option where we can record one by one or we can import through Excel. So, but for now, let's just create a sample ng sales invoice through the system. So, let's click sales invoice. So, ito po yung interface ng ating sales invoice. So, as we can see here, those with the asterisk indicate that these fields are mandatory po. So, kailangan po nating ma-fill out yan or ma-select. So, the invoice date, let's assume January 1 and the due date is the same. Then, let's leave the invoice number. Pwede naman natin lagyan din for reference. And then, uh, within this area po pwede po tayong mag-attach nung ano po no supporting documents. So for example, gusto po natin diretso na dito sa sales invoice, pwede nating i-upload po dito yung kanyang sales order as a preliminary document. So afterwards po we select the invoice na acting na create and then we select the address. Ayan po. And then we fill out the items. So as you can see here in the options, we have the option to select the VAT as inclusive or exclusive. Kapag inclusive na po no mag-auto calculate yung VAT based on the invoice price po na ilalagay natin. So in this case, let's just use muna VAT exclusive. So for example, again, in the previous illustrations, let's say we are engaged in a retail business. So let's just categorize it na isa lang, various merchandise, amounting to 1,000. So, pagka VAT inclusive po, no? Pagka nag-select po tayo ng VAT, mag-auto-calculate na po based on the invoice price. Pero kapag exclusive, it will compute separately. So after we fill out yung items, the rates, as well as yung VAT classification, then we classify yung account. So as we can see here, uh, we we have the subdivisions of the account. So this is for manufacturing, this is merchandising, this is servicing po. And then we have the other income po. So if it does not fall into this category. So after po, select po natin yung appropriate account, then we select here. We can also select through the drop down po, no? Type po natin, magpapakita po yung kanyang classification. Or we can also use this button and then type here. So if none of them are available, then we can use the other alternatives. So yun po, na-fill out na po natin. And then we review the information before we generate preview. So okay na po yan. Then we click generate preview. Yan. So again, after we have click generate preview, magpapakita na po yung pro forma sales invoice niya po, no? We can also send this to our customer sa kanilang email address. But for now, let's save and exit. Yan. So, upon the creation of the sales invoice, magpapakita na po sa summary yung sales invoice. So next, let's assume na meron po siyang withholding tax, and assuming this is a top withholding agent po, no? Yung ating payer. So in this case, how do we generate yung tax withheld? So under the action button, we select tax withheld. So yan po. Then we select this as if refresh button, and magpapakita na po yung mga rates kapag individual ba or corporation. So in this case, let's assume na corporation po, and then we select the appropriate tax alphanumeric tax code WC158. Then we click save selection. Then click save. So ayan po, nagpakita na po yung nag-auto-compute na po yung tax withheld. So later on, we will review how these amounts are presented in the reports. So financial position sa ating SOPL and other related reports. So punta naman po tayo sa purchases. So dito po sa businesses, we click purchases. So the procedure when creating a purchase bill is almost similar naman po sa sales invoice. There are just some differences, like for example, in the purchase bill, if we click purchase bill, so we can also do Excel, bill number po is mandatory. So we have to fill this out para mag-proceed po yung ating creation ng sales invoice. So we also fill out the details na naka-asterisk. So assuming same po. And then we select the supplier. Yan po. By the way po, kapag nagcre-create po tayo ng contact, no? For example, we created a supplier po. We can actually automatically set the due date po. So I'll I'll just use the example. For example po, ang ating supplier is si 5 Star. We can actually edit sa payment details. So dito, payment terms. So pwede po nating iset yung purchase terms na halimbawa 30 days. Yan po. Pwede nating i-preset. So for the next time na mag-create po tayo ng sales invoice, whenever purchase bill, automatically set na po yung due date. So in this case, let's just set the same due date. Then similar po, let's change the currency, then add the new item. So same po, kunyari nilamp po na po natin various merchandise amounting to 900. Then we also select the VAT classification. So may mga various po na ano no na parang code po. So DP is domestic purchase, SI is import or importation of services, GI is importation of goods. We can also see them sa Dito po, makikita po natin yung summary na yan sa ating tax settings. So, nandito po, domestic purchase, yan po. So, let's say this is domestic purchase. So, then we classify po yung account. So, under sa creation ng purchase bill po, no, ito yung mga available na classifications. So, in this case, this is an inventoriable transaction. So, let's select the appropriate one. In this case, trading goods po, general goods. So, ayan po. After validating the transaction, we click save and exit. So, ayan po. So, similarly, we might assume na yung ibang transaction merong withholding tax. So, similarly, we can impose a withholding tax dito po through the action and then tax withheld. Then, assuming same po yung tax code na po, the WC158. So, ito po. Then we click save selection and save. So, yan po. We have now created sample sales invoice and purchase bills na meron pong withholding taxes. So now, pupunta po tayo sa uh, how it is presented po sa ating various reports. So again, let's review lang po on how this account should be presented. So let's go item by item. So for example, what amount of sales should we record? So as we all know, sales po should not include yung VAT. So dito po, no? So the amount of sales should be 1,000. How about po yung VAT from the sales? So as we all know, VAT from the sales is presented as output VAT under sa ating liabilities side, current liabilities. So yan po yung presentation niya. So how about po yung 10 pesos na withholding tax na naibawas? So this amount, yung naibawas po sa outstanding amount, will form part of our current asset as withholding tax receivable. And as we all know po, no, pag withholding tax receivable, yung mga BIR 2307 natin from sales, no, they are considered tax credits po. So yun po yung presentation niya. So what about yung 1110? So yung outstanding amount po, this should be the trade and other receivables since we've classified it uh, as sales from the inventory po, no? So yun po. Uh, Doon po tayo sa purchases. So sa purchases, again, similar thing. So dito po, since we've classified this as trading goods, so the amount of 900 pesos will show as a cost of goods sold. So immediate po, no, cost of goods sold po yung classification niya. What about yung VAT po ng input VAT from the purchases? So this will be presented as a current asset. So yun po yung presentation niya. So lastly, how about yung withholding tax? So dito po, yung withholding tax po natin will be presented as a current liability kasama ng output VAT ng ating sales. So yun po. So let's go to the reports. So yun po pala, no, in order for us to see properly kung nag-reflect na po yung reports, we should wait as much as possible, we should wait for the status as green. So kapag hindi pa po fully na-process po, no, magiging yellow po yan. So yan, naka-update na po. And let's see the results, profit or loss. So dito po sa ating SOPL, ito po yung presentation niya. We can also download the Excel file. Yan. So as mentioned, as expected also, na-generate ng ating system yung correct SOPL. So, 1,000 sales, cost of sales na 900, resulting to a gross profit of 100. So, correct po yung ano po, presentation. So, we can also change, no, from function. So, function pag ganyan, we can also through nature po. So, yan po kapag nature. Kung ano pong ano convenient po sa atin, no, we can change. So next, let's see yung effect niya po sa financial position. Ayan po. So, ayun, nagpakita na po yung ating balance sheet or SOFP. So, ito po yung ating presentation ng SOFP. Kung makikita niyo po noon, naka-net asset method po siya. So, this might be a little different from yung asset equals liabilities plus capital natin po, no? So, ito po, naka-net asset method siya. So, equal naman. So, let's see yung trade and other receivables. Tama po, no? So, ito po. Kapag po view natin yung notes, magpapakita po yung breakdown niya po, no? So, yan. So, since nag-put tayo ng due date, mag-a-adjust na rin po yung aging niya sa breakdown as well as yung other items po dito. So, dito po yung ating allowances tsaka other items. So, how about yung ating other current assets? So, as mentioned, yung input VAT, nandito po yun. So, input VAT. As well as yung withholding tax. So, tingnan po natin. So, yan. So, what is showing kapag view natin further is yung ano po mismo, no? GL. So, as you can see here, the current asset as expected has two components, yung input VAT as presented here, naka-debit, and then yung withholding tax, naka-debit din po. So yun po, correctly presented. So how about po yung other items, trade and other payables? So let's see. Yan po no, nagpakita po yung ating nagpapakita rin po yung movement po kapag clinic natin, no, para yung GL po yung nagpapakita. So correct. So let's go back. Nagbumabalik. So how about the other current liabilities? So this contains yung output VAT and ano no, withholding tax payable. So let's just filter para po makita natin. So yan po, nagpapakita po yung withholding tax payable from the per the purchases as well as the output VAT from the sales. So yun po yung presentation ng ating reports and how yung mga transactions flow into the reports. So we also do have yung changes in equity. So andito yung results ng P&L as well as yung other equity items. Yan, subdivided po, we can actually view yung retained earnings, which is correct, 100. So last, we have the statement of cash flows. So dito po for now, as mentioned again, ngayon po ngayon po walang laman po ito, no, kasi wala naman po tayong cash transaction, but let's assume na na-collect po natin ito. So to record the collection po pala, um, under the action button po, record collection. So before po pala niyan, no, magre-create po tayo ng bank. So in order to create a bank, ito po, select po natin ito. Then add account. Yan po. So for now, if we create a bank, ang nagpapakita po no na sa ating drop down are banks from Singapore. So in the future, we may be able to add the banks ng Philippines. So for example, Bank of the Philippine Islands, then select. Then we set the account number, for example, ito po. Then we can also indicate an address po. So, but for now, let's just set it as it is. Yan po. Then we try to see the statement of cash flow. So let's record this invoice. So record collection. And then let's assume na collected siya within the credit term, say, kunwari 15 days. So 9. And then we select the financial institution. Then we indicate the amount of collection. So kunyari full payment. Then we select the invoice. And then click submit. Yan po. So, ginawa po natin ito, no, just to illustrate kung paano po yung statement of cash flows. So, yan po, processing na. So, as mentioned earlier, kapag green, yun na talaga yung okay na po. But for dito, it may be processing certain elements po. And yun po, we can just wait for a while or let's just test kung nakuha niya na po yung expected output. So, let's see statement of cash flows. So, select the period. So yan po, naglo-loading pa po. So um just to ano na po no, inform again, currently sa statement of cash flow under sa operating activities, naka-direct method pa po siya kasi it is assumed na all transactions are made within the system. But we are currently working po sa ating indirect method kasi 'di ba sa Pilipinas po, kadalasan po ng reporting natin sa ating cash flow is indirect method kasi as accountants, we have this prevalent issue where kapag minamana natin yung business or tinitake over natin, we cannot expect 100% na makita natin lahat ng financial records. So, we are using indirect method. But ito for now po, on progress po ito. So, let's see kung meron na. So, wala pa. So, yun no. So, siguro hintayin na lang po natin at some time. So, let's look kung paano naman po yung trial balance presentation niya. So, ayan po. Nagpapakita po dito yung trial balance. So, yung ating collection nagpakita na po no sa underbank balances as well as yung trade receivables na settle na po naging zero. So ito po we can also download yung Excel file for our own use. So next yung ating general ledger. So ito po very comprehensive po ito and it contains many columns. So yan po. Ito po yung presentation niya. Let's just filter. Yan. So it contains many columns such as yung ating own sales invoice number as well as yung auto-generated by Automate. So ito po yung nasa Automate ID, ito yung gene-generate po ng ating system. It has various codes like for example SWHD represents yung sales withholding tax. So yun po. So ito po yung ano, we can filter kung ano po yung need nating makita. So, for example, let's filter out yung automate ID and makikita na po natin. So, top top to down until yung ating income summary. So, nandito na po yung income summary. So, we can also download the file and let's look kung ano po yung itsura niya. So, yan po. Yan, nagpapakita na po yung ating sales invoice GL. So, the last time po, no, nakita na rin po natin itsura ng ating general ledger. So, we can customize this to our own use kapag may mga kailangan tayong ilagay such as yung remarks. So, pwede po yun. So, yun po yung ating GL. So, tingnan na po natin yung cash flow kung nagpakita na po, no? Ayun, nagpakita na po yung ating cash flow from the cash collection. So, again, as mentioned, direct method po no yung ginagamit po dito sa ating cash statement of cash flow. Kasi it is assumed na all transactions are made here. So it will just process transactions na nailagay dito sa automate. So ito po yung kanyang presentation. So yun po yung sa ating reports. So we go now to the integration po. This is a refresher for some, no? So as as mentioned po, meron po tayong feature where kapag pagka-encode po natin yung sales and purchases, it flows right through to our SLSP and withholding tax. So ipapakita natin po yan. Under taxomet, so let's select yung VAT. So kanina, nag-create po tayo ng sales and purchases na meron pong VAT component. So dito po magpapakita po yung mga amounts na yon. So first is yung Philippines sales tax report. So sa mga gumagamit po ng relief, whenever we encode yung data, pwede po tayong mag-generate ng Excel report. So, yung Excel report na yun is patterned doon. So, we have this supplemental report na Philippine Sales Tax Report and Purchase Tax Report. So, tingnan po natin. So, yan po. Let's select the appropriate period para mag-reflect po yung transaction. So, yan. So, we can view it according to our point of view as according to tax code. So, ito po yung tax code or per transaction. So, pagka-transaction, itong three components, VATable, zero rated, and exempt. So, yan po yung ating presentation po ng sales tax report. And downloadable rin po yung Excel. So, yun po. Next is yung purchase tax report. Similar thing sa sales. Um, this is a supplementary report to back up yung ating DAT file for SLSP and yung ating VAT. So yan po, nagpapakita na po yung mga purchases created na merong VAT. And kapag nag-classify po naman po tayo ng exempt, magpapakita rin po. So we can also view yung transaction type. So ito po yung mga various items. So sa ating input VAT no medyo marami siya. It can be subdivided into capital goods and non-capital goods. So ito capital goods refer to yung assets na longer than 1 year po and depreciable usually. So yun po. So yan po yung ating purchase tax report. So one advantage of the automate is that we don't have to encode sa relief all over again to generate the DAT file because the system already generates the DAT file for us. So, dito po sa sales VAT DAT file, magpapakita po dito no yung available. So, let's filter the correct one. Yan. So yan po. After we filter the correct one, yung period, so January 1 to 31, we generate the 80 file. Yan. So, lagay po muna natin sa downloads na lang or sa ating documents. Yan po. So, yan po yung sa DAT file. So, what is the responsibility of the user? So, before we submit sa BIRE submission, which is actually due on July 25, we have to validate first. We have to double check lang po. So dun po tayo sa relief validation. So hindi na po natin kailangang i-encode sa relief data entry po na kasi naka-integrate naka-integrate na yung accounting and taxation. So all we have to do is to validate the downloaded DAT file. So this is January. So select po natin yung document. Uh, let's select the correct tin muna. Yan po. Yan po, validation is successful. So, Ito lang po yung remaining task natin sa relief po is to validate just to make sure na correct po kasi 'di ba as we all know kapag po dumating yung validation report nagkaroon ng invalid, it will constitute as non-submission, may penalty. So let's do the same sa ating purchases. So the same, we go to the taxomet dashboard, then we click purchase VAT data file, then select the correct period. And then generate data file. So by the way, nagpapakita po sa baba no yung summary nung available po na data pertaining to the period. So generate data file. Yan po. Likewise, we validate and yan po. So ito po no, assuming we've already validated yung DAT, we've created and validated the DAT files for each months of the quarter. For example, ngayon April, May, June. So, kapag we can already submit it directly sa BIRE submission. Kasi validated naman na po, no? So, yun po. Although, as per contact with BIR po, no, there can be some issues where kahit po na-validate po natin, nagkakaroon ng error sa system, no? That is the time we coordinate po with BIR kasi that is beyond our control na po. So, yun po yung sa ating relief validation. So, how about po yung ating tax return? We also do have yung tax return po natin. Andito po sa dashboard, sa BIR 2550Q. Then we click generate form. Then we fill out this information. So, yan, return period is January 1 since quarterly po tayo. Then short period, no. Tax relief, no. So, then we select the quarter po, no. So, first quarter. Yan po. Then get data. Yan po. So nagpakita po yung ating ano po mga line items. So nag-auto populate na po yung output tax and sales and then yung ating purchases and yung input VAT niya po. So all the other items are left to be manually inputted kasi 'di ba may konting complications po ito. So for example, kay VAT and on uncollected receivable, um, the first condition I think is dapat beyond the credit period na po at hindi pa po natin na-collect. Pangalawa, we've enumerated po yung ating output, yung ating DAT file, yung ating customer as separate po. 'Di ba kasi kadalasan po sa atin gumagamit ng kapag po konti lang nilalamp na po natin as various customers po yung sales. So, ang condition po nito ay dapat siwalay po sa ating DAT file. So, yun po. So, we have these other ones na uh, can be manually filled out. So, if after po nito, review po natin information, then click generate. Yan po, successfully generated. And we have the VAT um, return. So, let's see kung ano po yung sura. So, yan po. Auto-pop generated na po yung ating with tax return. So dito po, kung makikita nyo yung form use is the latest version, yung April 2024. So ang issue po kasi no sa ating mga free yung what I mean free yung EBAR forms tsaka yung EFPS minsan po kasi hindi updated yung kanilang tax return no pero that is those are the common ways on how we file yung ating tax return. So for now, since disclose ko na rin po, we are actually on the process of registering as a tax software sa Pilipinas. So we can use this as a guide to file through EFPS or EBIR or use this manually in case po payagan po tayong mag-file manually, no? Like ngayong bagyo po. So, pwede po natin ito na i-download at i-present sa BIR if permitted to do so. So, yun po yung ating BIR form for VAT. So next, another feature is yung automation po ng ating alpha list. So similarly, the only task ng user is to validate the DAT file. So under this module, we can also generate PIR 2307 on the part of the seller and on the part ng ating supplier. So kasi 'di ba sa seller po, so for example, sa seller, one of the prevalent issues is kapag po malalaki po tayong taxpayer and we need po tax credits, nahihirapan po tayong makagather ng BIR 2307. So we actually have a good solution for that where tayo na po yung mag-generate ng BIR 2307 for the supplier and pipirmahan na lang po nila then return yung pirma, yung signed BIR 2307 na pwede natin gamitin as tax credit for our income tax. So in this case, or VAT kapag south naman po, kapag merong creditable withholding VAT. So dito po, for us to generate the BR 2307, we filter the correct quarter, then select po yung invoice, then dito po, we email contact, we click email contact. So we also have an option to send sa ating supplier yung BIR 2307. Tayo na po yung mag-adjust. So, ayun po. Ito po yung itsura ng ating creditable withholding tax on the part ng seller. So we can also download this so it will give us the PDF file. Yan po. And then kapag okay na po no, na-determine na po natin kung kanino kanino po isi-send, then we can click save and email. So in this case, hindi naman po necessary. So yan po. Sorry. Yan. Ayan po, lang nawala. So let's do it again. So maglagay na lang po tayo ng email. So or let's try walang email po. So yan po. Yan po. So na-create na po natin yung ano, yung BIR 2307 seller's point of view. So in order for us to track kung whether na-receive na po ba natin yung receiving copy ng BIR 2307, we can actually do this by updating yung status ng BIR 2307 and then attaching po yung signed BIR 2307 as an evidence na na-receive na po natin yung 2307 kasi yun namang pong may pirma yung kukunin po eh. So, assuming this is the signed BIR 2307, we upload and then uh, let's say this is supplier mark as supplier 1 BAR 2307 Q1 2025, then we select the quarter, then we click submit. So upon clicking submission, yung section po malilipat from outstanding to received. So nandito na po. Kapag received po, this indicates na na-receive na po natin yung BIR 2307 from the supplier. So yun po, yung sa supplier's point of view BIR 2307. How about po sa cost seller's point of view pala? How about supplier's point of view po? So meron rin po tayo dito po sa outstanding purchases. So we also select the quarter. Magpapakita na rin po yung BIR 2307. Yung items na for BIR 2307. So we can generate the BIR 2307 and send it sa ating ano po as supplier or sa ating taga-benta po, sa ating payee. So after selecting, we click this action button then generate WHT. So yan po, meron ng BIR 2307 and we can also download it sa ating computer. And we can already submit this to our payee. So balik po tayo. Kakaroon po ng konting aberya. So anyway, since we've already generated the withholding tax, um, we we can already see po no na nalipat na po yung withholding tax from this section to this section issued. So yan po. So another feature is yung ating generation po ng tax return. So dito po sa reports, we can generate 0619E for first 2 months of the quarter and BIR 1601EQ for the last month of the quarter. And yung QAP DAT file. So in this case, let's file yung BIR 0619E and then select the month and then select the year. So amended form, no. Taxes withheld, yes. So we click get data. So similar sa ating BIR 2550Q, automatically filled out na po yung with yung taxes. So in this case 9 pesos po for withholding tax on purchases. So um let's click generate and meron na po yung ating tax return BIR 0619E. So yan po. So similarly po, we can use this as a guide to file sa ating EBIR forms or sa EFPS or whatever tax preparation software we can use or yung manual tax filing. So ito po. Yun po yung BIR 0619E. So ayun, nagkakaroon po ng uh, refresh bug. So yun po. How about po yung lastly yung DAT file natin? So we can also generate the DAT file under this action button, click QAP. So we select the month. So similar sa DAT file ng SLSP, na purchases, tatlong DAT file rin po yung gina-generate per month of the quarter, no? So in this case, we also generate this pero isa-isa. So in this case, January po yung i-generate natin. Then we get data. Ayan po. So similar po no, ito po yung kasi yung itsura nung sa notepad kapag binuksan natin yung DAT file. So it was designed after that kaya nagpapakita po ito. So we click generate. Yan po. Generated na po yung ating DAT file. So similarly, our task is to validate this DAT file before submitting sa e-submission. So we go to alpha list, validation, and then we input the TIN. So lagay po natin ito. And then we select BIR 1601EQ, then validate. So yun po. Check ko lang kung saan ko na-save ito. So sa downloads. So ito po, validate na po natin yung first month of the quarter. So yan, no errors encountered po. So if kunyari na-generate na po natin lahat ng TAT file and we've validated, then we can submit directly sa BIR e-submission. So yun po yung um, another feature of the Automate where there's already integration of the accounting and taxation. So in the very near future po, madadagdagan na po itong module na ito. So one of them is the percentage tax for non-VAT and those who are subject for percentage tax such as yung mga keepers of garage, mga banks, yun po. So and also we will already integrate yung income tax po no, yung the last one of the last sections po ng ating tax modules. So in the future po, may lalagay na po natin yun. So that wraps up po yung ating sales invoice creation and how it is sales invoice and purchase bill creation and how it is integrated to our various reports as well as the existing tax requirements and compliances. So yun po. So let's view po yung mga questions. So kay Sir Benny, what if senior citizen sales transaction? So yun po for now. Yun po tulad ng sinabi ko po no yung output VAT na previously deducted may mga conditions po siya. Thank you for, Sir Benny for indicating this. So una yung credit term nag-expire na. So depende po kasi yung credit term po no sa iba-ibang company. So ito po marami siyang preconditions before we can qualify to um ano po deduct yung output VAT previously paid. So, sa senior citizens transaction po, Sir Benny, as of now po, yun pa po yung wala po. Pero let's try to raise po kay development team kasi totoo po yan lalo sa mga kainan po no sa restaurants kapag mga senior citizens PWDs so obliged po no na we grant them discount provided may pakita po silang ID. So, yun po, i-raise po natin yan kay management. So, I'll take a note of this. So, in the future, we can integrate po yung senior citizen transaction.
At
So,
saka,
yun po.
Sir Edward, yung ano kasi, kaya ko lang na-erase yung senior citizen. Kasi di ba parang yung system nagbibigay ng template para i-guide yung taxpayer na ito yung ipapile mong amount.
Yes po.
So, ang kalimitan na i-ignore kasi, pag yung may senior citizen, apektado yung ibang transaction katulad nung attributable due to tax exempt tapos dun sa transaction nagiging ano yan eh parang it's either na i-charge mo dun sa cost of sale o dun sa expense.
Opo. Yun nga po, 'di ba kasi 'di ba doon sa mga kainan po, sila yung may mga transaction po no na ganun, no? So, tama po
Hindi
kasi
hindi lang
Opo.
sa kainan pero kahit
Opo.
na ano once na
Or other kwan. Tama po kayo sir kasi 'di ba according sa regulations po, we can classify talaga yung senior citizen discount as or PWD as expense or cost of sales. So tama po.
so
I-raise ko po.
kasi mangyayari doon part yun ng parang magiging general journal yun eh.
Tama po.
So,
Tama.
pwedeng i-automate yun na dahil merong ano na doon, magkakaroon na rin ng automated entry pag na-consider yun. So,
Opo.
malilesen. Ang akin lang naman doon, kung naandyan na yung system, tulungan yung taxpayer na ito, tapos mag-automatic na rin yung mga entry.
Apo, automated naman po yung entry sir as you can see no. Every time we create, it's just that ngayon for now yung senior citizen is something we can uh, consider as part of enhancement kasi totoo naman po marami naman pong transaction involving this scenario. Tama po. Thank you po.
Tapos yung ano, pag lalo na doon sa mga batch registered, paano
Opo.
mag-close yung, di ba, upon pag-take up nung sales invoice, ano ng mga output bat
Opo.
doon sa purchases, mag-create ng
Input VAT.
input bat.
Opo.
At the end of the quarter, di ba, mag-close dapat yun dahil nag-comply ka nung, ibig sabihin, bago pa mag-deadline, magbibigay na yung automate na ito na yung
VAT payable.
bat payable mo.
Opo, meron po tayong ganyan. Ipapakita ko po. So,
Taxamate.
opo, sa Taxumate dito po. Nakikita po yung screen pa po, no? So, ito po under sa VAT module, sa summary. So, dito po sa tax payable. So, under po dito, select po natin yung VAT payable and then we select the period. Halimbawa, nag-create tayo ng journal entry. Ganito po, no? March 31 para align po. due date, April 25, reporting period. Dito po yung sinasabi niyo pong establishment ng VAT payable po.
Oh, dahil mag-close dapat yun eh. Kasi yung
Opo. Ayan
pagkaintindi
po.
ko kasi,
Yan po. Pagka enter po natin yung data, nag-auto-populate na rin po yung amount. So ito po.
naka-auto-populate dun sa input bat na
Out
parang
tsaka
parang
output po.
output bat. Pero at the end of the quarter, magko-comply ka ng bat. Dapat mag-close yung input bat
And
tsaka
output
output
VAT.
bat na
Tama
mag-create
po.
ng
Opo,
bat ng liability.
Opo, magko-close po 'yun. So subukan po natin ah. So 'di ba ito po yung establishment ng VAT payable, we click submit. So dito po tayo nag-adjust ng entry po for VAT payable. So kung makikita niyo po no, andito na po yung VAT payable. So kapag babayaran na po natin, 'di ba ito po kapag nag-establish po tayo no, credit VAT payable, ide-debit po natin yung output VAT, i-credit natin yung input VAT. So yun po yung magiging entry niya sa system.
Anong date, sir?
Depende po sa sinet po nating date. So dito po, yung nilagay ko po no March 31. So dito po, yung
Sir Edward, hindi po nakashare yung screen.
Ay, sorry.
Thank you.
Share, sorry po. So ito po, na-create ko po yung VAT payable under this module po, no? So sinet ko po yung mga details niya. So ito po yung mga sinet kong details. So we can actually set it naman po if 'di ba, ang goal po natin po no, kapag sa ano po mga monthly po is mag-align po yung dapat po nating babayaran. So in this case, to illustrate it simpler, sinet ko po at the end of the month just to illustrate. Then sinet ko po yung due date and then yung reporting period. So as soon as ma-fill out po tong mga details na ito, the system will auto-populate po yung VAT payable output and input. So after po nun, we create. Yan po. So the system will also generate po yung entry for the establishment po ang VAT payable. So mangyayari, i-reverse niya po yung nakalagay na output VAT and input VAT for reporting purposes. So dito rin po sa Taxumate, magpapakita yung withholding tax payable. So
Ano ko naman yun, sir? Kung hindi komplikado yung transaction, halimbawa kung straight yung VAT tsaka input VAT, walang problema doon. Pero kung
Opo.
halimbawa, singitan niya ng sales to yung mga senior citizen na may VAT exempt, may sales to government, yung mga katulad ng mga construction firm na nakakakuha ng project sa government, di ba? Final batch yun na 7%.
Opo. Opo,
So,
na dating kwan.
kung ano mo doon, di ba, yung dalawang yun na parang extraordinary na transaction sa VAT, magkakaroon yun ng entry dapat na magiging expense account due to exempt sales or yung sales to government.
Opo, na i-charge sa expense. Tama po. So, kaya po for now, sir, kung makikita po niyo po yung filing po ng ating VAT, naka-manual input pa rin po 'yon. So, for now, we're trying our best na i-automate everything po 'yon. So, for now, mas magandang setup po na i-manual input na lang po muna ito, no? So, that is something also for enhancement, yung mga items na po ito. Like for example, yung carry over po.
Pagka lang muna yung form na yan, sir.
Ano po?
Yung 1601, 2024
po, yung 2550Q. Ito po yung latest.
Kahit yung 06198, 2018 yun.
Yes po, yun yung I think
Ito lang
latest.
yung format, no?
Opo, latest available. Kasi po, iba po kapag e-BIR forms po nung outdated na yung forms, although tinatanggap pa ng BIR po kasi sila po yung may software po yun, no? Pero sometimes mas gusto po natin na latest yung ano po, tax return. So in the future po, i-integrate na rin po natin yung payment. So on the process na rin po yun sa marami kasing requirements po ang ano pag-register ng um, accounting software and from what I knew po, dun po sa national office ng Quezon City po, magpapa-register. Kasi po yung kasama po namin na si Miss Lara po, she tried going sa Baguio and wala po hindi po pwede sa branch and yung head office lang po talaga yung makakatulong sa pag-register as accounting software. So yun po.
Pero sir, di ba yung ano, kung halimbawa nag-preprint, di ba tatlong klase yung manual na account, manual na books of accounts, then yung loose leaf,
Opo, and
tapos yung mga
computerized accounting
special.
software.
So
Opo.
kung ano, di ba? Kasi kung papansinin mo, kahit Excel na template, pwede mo namang humingi ka lang ng permit to use
Opo.
na ano yun, na gagawa ng affidavit. So, yun nga yung problema ng mga taxpayer na nire-record pa nila yung parang kung ano yung transaction, ire-record pa nila ng mano-mano. Pero kung pasisimplihin mo, pumunta ka lang doon sa RDO, gumawa ka lang ng affidavit, pa-approve mo yun, kahit Excel template,
Opo.
ano yung books of accounts na.
Opo. Yun po, ang issue lang po, siyempre ako po, nasubukan ko na rin po mag-submit ng ano po, loose leaf. The issue is kapag malaki po yung company at naka-loose leaf po, hindi
Uh,
po minsan kasya yung deadline kasi di ba ang deadline niya po, January 10 to 15. So minsan hindi po kasya yung oras, kaya naintindihan ko po on mga taxpayer na gustong pasimplihin yung buhay. Manual
ang
po
inaano
sila.
ko lang sir, di ba, kung
Opo.
tatlo yung ano doon, na ano ba yung nakita ko doon, manual na books of accounts,
Loose
tapos
leaf, tsaka ano po, computerized
yung,
accounting soft system.
yung computerized, yung sa pangatlo.
Opo.
Yung parang iaano mo lang na i-preprint mo na yun yung may permit to use kahit spreadsheet o kung ano man ang ano doon na pupunta ka lang sa RDO, gumawa ka ng affidavit na ito yung format namin.
Opo, opo, tama po. Kapag loose leaf naman po, combination po kasi ng ano yun, hard copy and soft copy. Required pa rin po submit ng hard copy po uh, 15 days after year end. So yun po. So ito po,
May
baka
nakita
kabilang
kasi
yung,
ako nung na ano eh. May nakita kasi ako nung na ganun lang. Tapos ibig sabihin nun, every day kasi di ba kung bat register ka within 24 hours, dapat naka-record sa books of accounts yung mga transaction.
opo.
Di
So,
ibig sabihin nun, kung yung transaction for the day, halimbawa kung naka-Excel ka man o kung ano may naka-spreadsheet, tapos pina-approvean mo yung template na yun, aprobado nila, may pirma yung mga, basta lahat ng mga TNO, kung anong klase yung books of accounts, then i-print mo lang, file mo lang.
opo, meron na pong copy.
Tatlo yun eh. Nakita ko kasi yung tatlo eh, manual, tsaka yung ano.
Opo, yun po.
Yung, lang. Hindi ko na mainano, ang akin lang naman dito, yung para lang, ibig sabihin kung paano natin matulungan dahil i-introduce natin sa Pilipinas ito na kung halimbawa, ang akin lang, di ba, kahit na yung taxpayer o kung mayroong bookkeeper or accountant na maano, magagamit nila yung automate talaga na mapadali yung buhay. Tama pa yung compliance.
Yes po, sir. Yun ang very purpose why yun po continuous po ang improvement po natin, sir, no? So we have this existing software and we appreciate po yung mga inputs nyo po, sir, kasi totoo. For example, yung suggestion nyo for senior citizen discounts and yung transactions with government, those are talagang real transactions po. And it would help accountants and business owners po if magawan po natin ang paraan po no, na padalihin pa dito po sa system. So thank you po sa
Kasi
suggestion.
ang market is yung local, di ba?
Opo, opo.
Taon lang na ito, lumalabas na itong para sa Pilipinas. Hindi katulad ng mga nakaraang araw na yung nakaraang session na mga Singaporean na transaction yung nakikita namin.
Opo, opo. So,
Then,
ayun po.
dagdagan ko lang, Sir, yung tungkol doon sa day 2 na yung sinabi na pag meron kang gustong i-cancel na recorded transaction, yung para ma-cancel yung transaction, palitan mo lang yung amount ng zero.
Opo. Kasi for now, for example, ito po no, yung sale purchase bill. Kasi for now, nakaset po ito na once na na-create mo yung purchase bill, the way to completely delete sa system is internal po. So, yun po yung setup. So, pero kung gusto po nating mawala yung impact niya sa financial reports, dito po, yung mga amounts, gagawin lang po natin siyang zero. Kasi for example, sometimes pwede naman na nagkakaroon tayo ng mistake where may na-create po tayong transaction ay hindi po pula yan. So, pwede nating iset sa zero para manegate yung impact niya at ibig sabihin ko po sa pag-set ng zero po. So, ito for
Pero ang
example
akin
po
lang,
no.
okay. Sorry.
So,
Mhm.
isi-zero po yan. So, para po mawala yung impact ng impact niya sa ating more than zero. Whether the created credit note. So, yun po, i-save lang as zero but for now may enhancement po ata sila. So yun po yung way. Kasi for now po, makikita niyo po sa action button po no, wala pong delete. So yan po. Kasi yun po. I think the very purpose is that this is an official transaction po. So
Pero
we can just
recorded na, sir, di ba?
Opo. Pero there can be times po na halimbawa po no, pag naggagamit po tayo ng system, pwedeng nagkakamali po tayo and yun po, marami na rin pong nagtatanong paano ba matanggal po kasi it happens po eh. Lalo na po sa mga first
So
time
kung,
users ng accounting
so kung
software.
ikaw ang i-review mo yung GL, tinanggalan mo ng footprint, ibig sabihin, nawala yung baka, siniro mo. Kung ikaw magre-review nun, bakit naging zero to? Di tatanungin mo pa yung tao.
Yun po, yun kayo yung very purpose po no kasi marami pong reasons bakit po gusto nilang ipatanggal yung purchase bill. It's either nagkamali or gusto talaga nilang mawala. Yun po yung possible reasons po. Kaya
Pero,
po yung for now po ang quick fix po is gawin pong zero yung ano po purchase bill.
pero yung, sir, yung sa akin lang doon, halimbawa kung ikaw nagre-review, halimbawa, yan, roll by roll, di ba?
Mm-mm.
Di nagkamali yung isang tao, isisiro niya. Tapos ikaw si control officer, di titingnan mo, bakit nag-zero? Wala nang kwento.
Okay po. So you meaning to say sir, whenever ang suggestion mo is kapag nagpalit po tayo ay merong trail po yung nag-check na pinalitan po yung details.
Alam mo yung kwento.
Opo. So
Hindi,
sige po,
parang
pwede naman po nating ilagay kasi totoo
yung,
naman po kasi it happens rin po, tama.
ang ano ko lang doon, di ba? Kung halimbawa financial, para mawala yung financial impact doon, magdagdag ka na lang doon magdagdag ka na lang ng field or parang komento na parang minemo entry mo.
Okay po.
Ibig sabihin nun, parang katulad sa bangko, pag halimbawa nagkamali yung teller, di ba humingi siya ng override. So yung
Opo,
mga
opo.
accountant doon, every day yun, the following day, humingi sila ng report o may special report ng mga list of override.
Opo, tama naman po para may check and balance po. Opo,
Kasi ang
i-kwan po natin
suggestion
yan.
lang yun sa akin yung kung talagang, kasi babasahin mo yung ano nun di ba? Makikita mo pati yung mga tao na yung malimit, ibig sabihin makwa-quantify mo yung mga error.
Opo. Yan po, pwede nating ilagay rin po, no? I-take note po natin kasi totoo naman po, no? Kasi ngayon po, kung hindi naman po i-check, there's no other way po na makita, may nagbago na unless titignan
No,
nung
ano ko dyan
officer.
bubulabugin mo pa yung, ang akin lang naman doon, bubulabugin mo pa yung kung sino yung nag-transaction logging, tatanungin mo pa siya.
Opo. Makikita na po na ito edited. Okay. Pwede naman po. Pwede.
Yun lang naman yung sa akin na yung kasi binawasan mo ng kwento yung transaction, maaabuso pa yun, di zero na lang ako ng zero palagi.
Opo, tama po. So, pwede pong ilagay po natin, no, yung mga kung makaya po na whenever edited po merong footnotes po and
Na memo, halimbawa
indication.
memo entry, kasi
Opo.
walang financial impact yung memo entry.
Opo.
Nandun pa sa diary ng journal.
Opo, sige po. Tingnan po natin if malagay po natin kasi tama naman po for ano po audit purposes din eh. Yan po. So, yan po yan lang po yung conclusion po nung ating sales invoice and purchase bill creation. So um for ano po, for better experience, please visit po yung website uh, so that we can appreciate more po yung paggamit and you can create a free account. So, I'll send na lang po yung link sa mga hindi pa po nakaka-experience na gumamit and also send yung chart of accounts sa mga ano po interested pong malaman yung mga chart of accounts. So, this is for the new users po. So, yan po. So, in order for us to appreciate more yung mga pinag-uusapan, we can try po for free. So, yun po yung conclusion po ng ating uh, module demo. Do we have any other questions po?
Yeah. May questions kayo guys. Meron lang ako ipapakita. Sino ba dito yung naka-attend mula umpisa na? Pa-type ng 1 or first time ba or what ano ba? Yung mga naka-attend na before. Kasi meron ako i-share, kadarating ko lang sa bahay. So, hindi pa to nakita ni Edward. Pero Edward, nandun ka ba sa group namin nila Danyar? So,
Anong group po yun, ma'am?
sa ano kami, campaigns or sa ano bang
Sige, ma'am, pwedeng pakiadd po ako. Wala pa po ata ako dun eh.
So, eto pakita ko lang guys, kasi di ba naalala nyo, ang goal kasi natin, we will be honest, we need people like you, kaya kami nagpa-training is we need people like you na mag-create ng awareness na may gantong software. Pero syempre, we come up with a solution na you are being compensated for posting automate. So magkakaroon ng website, parang magkakaroon kayo ng account, inaantay kaya pinapatawag ako ni Danyar, wherein you can create your own account, meron kayong parang training hub doon. Tapos para mapanood yung ibang training pinapagawa ata kay Ali Edward, yung lahat ng training modules nandoon. At the same time, meron kami ibibigay na in a way social media post na ipopost nyo lang siya na kapag may nag-link dun sa post nyo, you will get affiliate fee. Matatrack namin dito hindi ko pa alam kung paano matatrack, pero magkakaroon ng way na matatrack na galing sa inyo yung link. Tapos you will be paid for just posting pa lang to posting leads. Tapos meron din syempre, social media support, merong ibibigay sa inyong social media, i-update yun araw-araw. Pwede nyong kopyahin or i-post nyo sa pages nyo, sa wall nyo, whatever. And in case merong tingin yung gustong sumubok ng automate, I think lahat ng campaigners na gustong magkaroon ng hands-on account, bibigyan din kayo para mas ma-familiarize kayo. So, you will be compensated, tapos weekly ang bayad. So, yun yung kagandahan. So, ayan, eto, para meron din, inano namin siya sa into peso para mas ma-appreciate nyo. Weekly payment yan. Aside from that, magkakaroon ng qualification. For example, I'll give example si Lay. May nabigay na siyang gustong magpa-call, gustong malaman yung automate, ano yung mga features. Consider lead yon. Iba pa yung payment nun kapag nag-subscribe yung client. Dito, in this platform, payout structure, just posting pa lang to. Wala pa to yung pinaka nag-create ng account. Hindi pa kasi kami nakakapag-come up ng final price. Pero tama ba, Edward, nasa 800 to 1.5 or 1.8 yung pinaka-range?
Yung 800 po is yung starter po. Tapos yung growth is 1.6 po. Yun po yung dalawang existing packages. So 800 po yung para sa mga usually non-VAT po eh.
Oo. So, kung tingin nyo mura yun. Tapos para ang sabi naman ni David, gusto ko, i-confirm ko lang ulit, parang yung mas mababa pa yung 800 kasi kung sino yung unang mag-a-avail, may may discount pa
May
siya.
discount, opo.
So baka 400 to 500 na lang siya per month. So very competitive compare sa other zero. And so ang kagandahan again nito is for those people na who wants to do the bookkeeping local market, ito yung chance nyo din maaral siya. And again, we'll continue doing trainings, support para sa inyo hanggang ma-familiarize kayo dun sa tawag dito, sa system. So, kaya ako gumawa ng community ng WhatsApp kasi doon ko ibibigay yung link kung saan kayo magre-register para matrack nyo yung ganito. Magkakaroon kayo ng parang ganitong features para mas ganahan kayo, nakikita nyo yung click nyo, yung mga nag-click tapos kung magkano na yung amount na pakiklaim nyo. So, mas makaka-motivate sa inyo yon. So, clear ba yun? Yan. Yung mga, ito yun, hindi to sa pilitan. It's up to you if you will post sa mga social media nyo. Pero, again, the opportunity for you learning this automate system is knocking. Kasi again, we're bringing more clients. May mga accounting firm na kaming kausap. Ang need na lang namin sa mga susunod, more trainers, kagaya nyo. Hindi kakayanin, tingin ko ni Edward to susunod sa kanila Jack. Kasi dadami yung mga magpapa-onboard. Okay, any questions sa pinakita ko? Sinong interested doon? You just have to post, click, and then matatrack yun kung ilan yung pumapasok. And then wag na kayong maproblema kung halimbawa, Miss Yan, parang may interested. Kami na bahalang mag-hop in a call doon. All you have to do is post, explain the system, kung ano yung benefits, gusto lang nilang makita. No hard selling. Basta kung gusto nyo i-try, gusto nyo makitang makakatulong sa inyo, hop a call lang sa amin. Then it's up to us kung mako-convince namin yung it's either accounting firm, magandang matarget accounting firm, business owners, and kayo mismo kung kayo gagamit. Kasi mas mapapractice dito yung basic bookkeeping nyo eh. So, tama ba? Tama ba, Sir Benny? Mas mapapractice dito yung bookkeeping nyo. Okay? Any questions so far? Bukas ano tayo? Records.